Guten Morgen. That's good morning in German, in case you're curious. Welcome, Passion Unchained. Here I help young creative guys unchain themselves and build a life based around their creative passions. That's a slightly different intro than you've heard before, and the reason is because I dove deep. There's a pool of my mind. I went off the high dive, went down deep, and explored what my mission statement should be. What am I really passionate about? And what am I ready to teach right now? You saw 2 videos so far on an Uber course I'm doing, an Uber coaching course, a package where I help people get out of their wage jobs and get into Uber, doing Uber for their living. And you're probably like, you might be like, oh, Joe, I see the point. But you might be like, Joe, what the fuck is this? What does this have to do with Passion Unchained? And I'm going to tell you right here, right now. So listen up, get your cookies and popcorn and healthy snacks, whatever you eat, whatever you fuckers eat, and go ahead and watch. Take notes, all that jazz. I don't know, do whatever you like. So my mission is to help creative guys unchain themselves and build a life based on their passions, because I am passionate about that myself, and that's something that I have some experience in. And when examining it, I'm going through this course about info products, creating info products that actually help. And when I was thinking about it, I was like, what do I have? What skill do I have right now that I'm an expert in? And there's a few of them. But the one that I chose was driving Uber. Now, why did I choose driving Uber? Let me think. Let me explain it to you about why I chose driving Uber. First of all, I'm really damn good at it. I've done over 7,000 rides. I've done, and that's between Uber and Lyft. I've given over 7,000 rideshare rides. I've also done a bunch of deliveries. That's another story. Over thousands of deliveries. But I've given over 7,000 Uber and Lyft rides. Also, I currently make anywhere between $25 and $40 an hour. Now, these past few weeks, it's been $35 to $40 an hour. That is somewhat dependent on the state of things and how many people want to go places, how many people are in my city. So that goes up and down, anywhere between $25 and $40 an hour, which is as much as, depending on how much it is that specific week, it's more than a managerial job. It's more than a retail management job, and it's freaking awesome. And that, I've been paying off my bills, and I've been getting way further ahead of my goals this way. I also have a system down to a science. I've done 5 years of trial and error, so I know how to do Uber. I've done it without my own car for I would say half, most of the time I've done it without my own car. There are ways you can get a car and lease it or rent it, and that way you have what you need. So that's one way you can free yourself from a wage job. It's a mediary. So here's the thing. I've freelanced a lot. I'm not an expert at freelancing. I'm becoming an expert at freelancing. I have a photography business. I've done graphic design. I've done videography, video editing. I've done all these things freelancing. I've designed logos, videography, photography, a bunch of other stuff. I'm not an expert in it because I haven't made it work for me yet. I would love to teach you guys how to freelance your creative passion and build a life based around that. But the thing is, I would be lying to you, or I would have to get somebody else on. I would have to get like a partner who's really, really good at freelancing, because I'm not really, really good at freelancing yet. I will be, and once I am, I will teach you guys. But there's an intermediate step. Say that you have creative passions you want to follow, right? And you now have a wage job. A lot of creative people, because they really want to follow their creativity, they don't want to do anything else. Like, I know for myself, like, I don't want to do something that takes away my mental space to do my creative passions. So I would rather take a wage job that is mindless, like retail, or like food service, like a host or like a busser or like a line cook or something like that. or a bartender or a bar back, I would rather take that than to completely learn a new skill. Like, I went to school for programming. I left programming partially because of how it was affecting my creativity. I didn't like it. I was becoming too mechanical, and it was just it frustrated me so much. So I decided to drop out of college and then go into my own thing. But in the process, I had a bunch of retail and food service jobs, and these are even worse because you don't have any free time. You have zero free time, and I would come home and I'd be tired, and I'd find times to do my creative stuff, but it was few and far between. It was hard to find the time and the mental space, the mental energy, because when I was off, I just wanted to sleep and just get it over with. Now, this is not doable long term if you're a creative person, because you need to do your creativity. What I found is that I can make more in less time while being in charge of my schedule by doing Uber. And that is the magic of Uber, is where you can get your financial goals set. And if you want to take a break for a couple hours, even if you need to put the hours in to get your bills paid, take a break for a couple hours, and go ahead and go out on the road, take a break for a couple hours, come back, and then do your creative shit. And then go back out, even if you have to do hours, because you can't do it in a job. You can't be like, hey, I'm working at I don't know, I'm working at Michael's, and say, hey boss, like, I just want to go home and all these creative products around me, they really want to make me be creative. I'm gonna go home and draw for a couple hours. Okay, sounds good. Just come back. Like, no. If you're at a retail job, like, they fucking own you. You're like a slave. You're not gonna be able to go home and practice your creativity for a couple hours, let alone like your friends wanting to go out that night. Like, for me, yes, I have to put a certain amount of hours in each week because I need to get money. But at the same time, I can like take off a certain time if I want to. And that's the intermediary step. If you have a wage job, you want to get to a place where you are living life based on your passions. Even if you want that to be freelancing, unfortunately, I can't teach you that right now. I can teach you that soon once I get really good at it, which is one of my goals coming up. So I'm going to get really good at it, then teach you guys that. But an intermediary step, if you're in a wage job, is to do Uber, because when you do Uber, then you can have practice. You can have time to do freelance projects on the side. So it's more, instead of like job giving you money and then freelance projects on the side, that's going to be a little bit hard to manage. Be like Uber giving you money and freelance projects on the side. Build that up. I'll teach you how to do that once I know how to do that. Build that up, and then that take over that. And then you have a life based on your passions. And depending on what your passion is, if it's not a physical thing, if it's a digital thing like video editing, graphic design, etc., you can be wherever the fuck you want. That's the end goal. That's what I want to help you guys with. And I'm really fucking excited. And I'm really excited for this intermediary step, which is an extremely important step to free you to have control over your schedule so that you can do whatever the fuck you want. And you can put time and energy into building and practicing your creative skills and living a life that you love. Wish you guys the best. Subscribe if you like it. And if you want to get a coaching, if you want to be part of my coaching my coaching program, then go ahead and book a call with me. There's a link below. There's like a link. There's a page. I actually know the guy who created this software. A cool fucking dude. But it's like a Calendly equivalent. It's pretty awesome. Book a call with me. We'll talk. If you have any questions, I'll help you understand and alleviate your concerns, make you feel comfortable and all good, that I can help you. If you feel like, oh, well, Joe, you can't help me because I don't have a car. You can't help me because I'm not a good driver. Or you can't help me because I'm nervous about my safety, or I don't want people to throw up in my car. I can alleviate all of those concerns. I've actually never had somebody throw up in my car in 7,000 rides. I can tell you how to make sure that will never happen. And I've had one come close, but she didn't throw up in my car. She threw up right outside my car. So that's on 7,000 rides. But I can help you out with all of that. That's all in my coaching. And I'm really curious if you have any of those concerns. I want to know, because that will help me know exactly what to teach people. If you're like, oh, but Joe, this. And I'm like, well, okay, well, I can teach you that. Wish you guys the best. Cheers. Bye.